All right, what's going on, everybody?
Hey, family.
I don't know if y'all can hear that background music playing, but that is our guy, the leader, dictator.
Dictator, and it is Dictator's born day. So happy birthday, King.
Happy birthday, leader.
Salute.
Yes, welcome to At the Roundtable podcast show. I get to introduce this phenomenal melanin sister, aka Pitbull in a dress.
That's me. That's me.
My sister, what's going on, Mel?
Sarnat Gazelles. These are the one of a kind 2020, lenses. Y'all want to get y'all some. Welcome in 2020 with open arms and a smile. Excited about this year. Excited about our journey. ATRT's going on. Miss my brother. Geez, it's been like forever.
Forever.
But family is important. As you guys know, we promote that.
Yes,
And spending time because you don't know how much you have. So glad to be in the place. Glad to see my brother. A Money is absent tonight, you guys. As you said, taking care of family is important. So we ask that you keep his family in prayer. He had to handle something this evening, but he is here in spirit with us, and pretty sure he'll tune in eventually.
Yes, indeed. And as I'm on the phone, I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm trying to let the people know what's going on with us because we are ready to roll. It is 2020. Kerry Digsby, the guy behind the board, as A Money will put it, he does one of these little things
Yeah.
because we got to stir it up once in a while. Yes, indeed. And you know what? It is good because you mentioned like with us being in 2020, taking care of family has been the most paramount thing.
Yes.
I think it's real cool because I think, we really had the opportunity to look back on what we did in 2019. And shouts out to our family because they allowed us to do a lot in 2019.
Yes.
A lot of sacrifices made on their part. So I want to say shout out to Dan, my brother from another mother. That's Mr. Bartlett, if you don't know. Once in a while he chimes in and stuff. So I want to thank him for allowing us to hang out with our sister and stuff.
That's right.
He holds it down while she ain't here making things happen.
That's right.
Special events she's at. He's always, hey, I've seen him in the place. UT Awards, he's looking mighty dapper. So thank him for doing that. And her daughters.
Yes.
Shouts out to Benet. I want to say that right now. That young lady right there, both of them are amazing, but that young lady right there is throwing some fire out there. You got to brag about her right now.
I am excited. My daughter applied to 8 schools.
8.
And she got into all 8.
All 8.
She has a few scholarships and applying for some more. But her top 3, she's it's great to have options. And I'm glad that we as a family are in a position that she can have an option to choose where she would like to go. So I'm super excited and very scared at the same time because that's my right hand. She's my right hand, and my other daughter, Brianna, is my left. Happy pre-birthday to you, baby girl. She'll be 17 tomorrow.
Ooh.
She's doing big things as well with dance, cosmetology, bragging on boss moves she did today, got her nails done, and went to an African-American shop, talked to a woman, hey, this is what I want to do.
Okay.
And I already set up something for her to come back, and she said, I want to talk to you a little bit more. That's boss moves. I love it, at 17. So I'm blessed with my daughters, and I hope that God gives me more time to see them where they actually are going to go. So, yes.
That is a blessing indeed. So shout out to Benet and Brianna. They doing some major things, and it's always important when we support our kids and our loved ones. Shout out to Adrian, his sons, and his wife Tara. Like she said, he's out today taking care of some family business in regards to them. So we send our prayers and love to them. And shout out to my wife because she hit me just not too long ago saying, hey, you got a show tonight, right? And I said, yes, ma'am, we do. And bless her heart, she's been going through some stuff. She just had surgery last Friday, and results came back positive. So thank God for that. And thank everybody for showing the love and support to her as she was, chilling and laid up and having Daddy cook a whole bunch of stuff and run up and downstairs and take care of her.
As you should.
I will take care of her with one arm and one leg.
And I think for the prayers that everybody been going out, we should get some buffalo chicken dip soon.
Oh, you heard it first. The buffalo chicken dip shall be on deck. Because last year there was a major contest about the macaroni and cheese, so you know.
Yeah, I think A Money punked out, but whatever.
I was waiting for the two cheeses to come up in here, and then all of a sudden it was like, "Where the macaroni and cheese?"
I think A Money punked out, but it's all good. A Money, I understand. It's okay. You don't have to be scared.
Yeah, we're gonna do it very soon, very soon. Shouts out to Crystal Coxon for joining us at the Roundtable. What's going on, Crystal? Charlie too. Charlie, 2020.
2020, Charlie. We need you in one of these seats.
Right here.
Okay.
Right here. Right there.
One of these seats. We need you.
Yeah, I'll get up. I'll be more than happy to get up and let you run things there, girl. Good to see you, sis. Hope you're having a wonderful 2020, which is the topic of our discussion, kind of, sort of. But before we get into that, before we get into the meat of the matter, we want to definitely give a shout out to everybody. Oh yeah, shout out to there was one particular entity that hit us up some time ago. What was her? Oh goodness, and it's escaping me right now. Escaping me. Oh, the House of Lamont Hart. He hit me a couple of days ago. Shouts out to him. If you don't know, he's a major force here in the QC in regards to fashion and such. He hit me not too long ago. Welcome to the New Year, King. Hope you and your family are doing well. And there was someone else that actually was talking to Adrian about what's going on. Oh, Kingly Living. Shouts out to Kingly Living, because he actually Kingly Living be having some verbiage for you. And he actually was like, yo, when's the next show? I want to be on. I want to hear you guys. I appreciate everything that you guys do for community.
Yes.
Shout out to Kingly Living for showing us love as he's always done. Charlie 2 says she's now. Charlie, we holding you to it. All right. You said it. You posted. Booyah, Kingly Living. There he
go.
is.
Just got you. Look, they used to say, just got your name out my mouth.
Just got out my mouth. Rolled off my tongue. I need to say $1 million. I need to speak it into existence.
Hey.
Kingly Living just came on.
2, because I want 1 too.
You get yours too. What's going on, Kingly, man? Thank you for joining us on At the Roundtable this evening. So, sis, with all that being said in this 2020, and I know I almost slipped it out this morning with my post on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the topic tonight. So you were very eloquent about some things in regards to this. So I'm gonna let you deal with it.
So the topic tonight, if I can remember, is the 2020. Now, did you say no new resolutions or New Year resolutions?
I said New Year resolution, not New Year's. You ain't supposed to put an S on that.
I said I put an S on that. I'm from
Pittsburgh.
You put an S on everything.
New Year's, since you're from Pittsburgh, resolution, no.
Not happening.
Not happening.
I'm there.
Okay.
That was me. I will not carry certain things, or I did not carry certain things into this year. I did not. First of all, I don't like saying New Year resolution, because a resolution means complete, final, done. So I don't like to say resolution, because that means it's solved, in my opinion. So I like to just say goals.
Okay.
I say New Year's behavior. My behaviors, I'm intentionally practicing. I know a lot of people have went to a lot of parties, and I went to some churches with some pastors that were preaching the 2020 and the vision thing. The vision. But I looked at 2020 as balance.
Right.
And that is my goal for me and my household, my family, to have intentional energy be balanced, because you have equality, symmetry with the year 2020. And that's what I promote. That's what I'm looking for. I am not bringing in a spirit of defeat or intimidation. I am not allowing anyone to suck any energy out of me. And you have to give me what I give back. I gotta have a yin and yang in my life. I can no longer. I'm not against giving, guys. I'm not against helping. I'm not against, even sacrifice at times.
Right.
But depletion is something that I dealt with in 2019, and I can't be depleted any longer. And sometimes it's the ones closer to you that takes the most. But I'm learning how to say no. I'm learning how to be comfortable with boundaries and barriers, and I'm comfortable with standards, like knowing my worth and my value. My time is valuable. That's just my motto for 2020. My time is valuable.
There you go. Okay, so Kingdom Living just chimed in, and Kingdom Living said, "I like that Pitbull balance. I love it." Charlie 2 dropping knowledge. Charlie said, "Well, New Year's resolutions were originally about saying or acknowledging things to be left in the past,
Yep.
not brought into the New Year's, hence
Right.
the word resolution." Thank you, Charlie.
Yep.
Thank you. And I want to throw a little bit on it. I'm gonna throw some stank on it, as they say, per se. I'm gonna stir it up, yes. Because one of the things I was telling A Money was in regards to quote unquote why I don't like resolutions is because I'm about results. I've been a big proponent about, if people come to me and they say they have a vision, I'm like, the Bible says, write the vision, make a plan.
Yep.
So if you got a vision, how are we gonna get there? I'm ready to go ahead and orchestrate a step toward us making this thing happen.
Right.
A lot of times when people talks about New Year's resolutions, there's no pathway to it.
Right.
All they're doing, like for example, people say, "This is gonna be the year I'm joining the gym."
Nope.
There is a study out right now in regards to how many people at the beginning of the year join the gym and how that membership is not used from anywhere from 3 to 6 months.
That's me. And actually, I'm going on. This is sad to say, Ben, don't be mad, but I'm going on 2.5 years of pain that I do not participate. And I am also speaking into existence financial wealth and financial education and financial health. And so that is money that could be put into a financial vehicle and been gaining interest because I'm not missing it. It's such a small amount, but it could be doing so much more. And so I am that one of those people where you're feeling really good, you're energetic, and then something happens, life happens, your instructor change at your class, they take the machine out or they building something, and then 2 days turn into 3, and then 3 turn into a week, and then week 1 turns into week 3, and not only are you not going to the gym, you went back on eating and drinking what you're not supposed to as well. So I'm one of those people. I am.
And there's nothing wrong with that, because I know last year my wife and I, we did that very same thing, which we said, yeah, we're going to join the gym, and it was such a small amount, and blah, blah, blah. And nothing came of it. So that's one of the reasons why I'm about results. If I'm gonna put money in something, I want to see something occur. And one of the things we had said was we're gonna go, and I was like, you can go if I'm at work or I'm doing a show. And then all of a sudden, there's always an excuse, the reason why.
Yep.
So to me, a New Year's resolution, like Charlie just eloquently said, it's supposed to be something in the past, and technically that's what happened. My money is spent up. It's in the past.
Because you're not gonna get it back.
You're not gonna get it back, and they love you for that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's all about results. What are you planning? And this is going out there to you, family. What are you planning for the 2020? Oh, Charlie too. There she go. Man, she on fire, y'all. She said, "I stopped making resolutions once I understood the meaning, and I just stopped because I am not bringing it in, so it no longer gets airtime or attention."
There you go.
You live and say you got a question for you.
What is it?
What if you have your own personal goals, but your spouse is competing against your goals?
Whoa.
Oh, whoa.
Whoa.
Okay. Interesting.
So break this down for me, King Lee. Exactly what do you mean competing? Or how do you mean competing? Before I answer, because I want to make sure I understand what you're saying.
Good job. Good job. Charlie 2 said, "I am working on my consistency and stability, especially with my business and personal development."
Yep.
Charlie 2, preach that one more time. Mahogany to BT. Hey, everybody. That's hey, we got some business people and some serious educated African-American individuals on here. Miss Drippin' Bling is on here. We got Charlie 2 with Party with Charlie. And we got Kingly Living, who keeps us, uplifted, encouraged, and just be dropping stuff in our spirit. Thank y'all for joining us this evening. That is a very good question in regards to competition.
Yeah, because I feel like, when you're married or you have a partner, as much as you want to be together and in a unit, sometimes your personal goals can take over.
Mm.
So that's why I wanted to know, like, what and how he is. What's the what's the competitive behavior?
Yeah,
that's making you say, "Hey, wait a minute," because if it's throwing you off, that's a problem.
Yeah.
If it's holding you accountable, maybe not so much.
Maybe not. Yeah, that could be. It could be it's a 50-50 thing. It could be a plus or a minus if you really think about it.
Right.
So Charlie just said he's not wrong. Saying 80% of women stop MLM businesses due to lack of support in their business. That's true.
That is true.
That's very, very, very true.
And I've been on again, off again entrepreneur. So I need a support group, guys. For years. And I started educating the entrepreneur in me. I'm going to workshops, and I will never forget the one when the woman stood up in front of everybody and she said, how many people in here were told that they can make money from their hobby? And a lot of people raised their hands. She said, you guys can go ahead and leave. And I sat there like, did she just say that?
Yeah.
Because if you have a hobby, that means you do it when it makes you feel good, or you do it when it's an emotional need, and there's you don't have any real passion to do it. It's just something that's enjoyable.
Right.
But if you are an entrepreneur, you eat, sleep, think about it. It is what you are and what you do. Even when you are doing something else, you're doing that also.
Right.
And so I found the difference between me being an entrepreneur and having a hobby. Being a part of ATRT. It's not a day that I'm not either texting one of them or both of them about an idea of nothing else. That say, hey, this happened, or what about this, guys? Because it's on my brain, it's on my mind, it's what I'm thinking about. And then once I became more into doing things with Mahogany Essence, I started having that same fire. Charlie and Mahogany, one of the things that I did, and for those, I'm a believer, I prayed, I said, God, what do I need to do to get myself ready for the takeoff? Because that's what I see. It's a takeoff in everything that I'm a part of. And God is really, his child attention span is not that long. So he speaks to me in real brief sentences, short sentences. And he said, organize yourself. That's what I got. I said, ooh, because there is stuff that I need to get rid of, stuff that I need to get together. My supplies are kind of jumbled. And I said, okay. All right. I will organize myself.
And it's funny you said that, sis, because I want to throw this shameless plug in there, because Mahogany, she just chimed in saying something. Charlie just said something. Hold on, guys. I'm going to get to y'all real quick, because it was interesting, because Mahogany just said the very same thing, and she was speaking to this young lady by the name of Nia Gray. I'm going to throw you out there. Nia Gray is an amazing makeup artist, as well as a fashion designer in regards to interior design and such. And she's been helping my wife on some stuff. And that was one of the things that Mahogany was asking her in regards to the organizational factor. And she's very into how to put things where they need to be, make it compliant so you can work with it, and make it attractive so therefore you'll keep it that way. Keep it that way and stuff. So shouts out to Nia Gray, because she's really been helping us in regards to that. But it's interesting that you say that, and it kind of ties into what we're saying with the new year, because in the new year, you need to get rid of the clutter.
Yep.
You need to get if you're going to make this thing serious, whatever you guys are doing, you got to make sure that it's conducive to you being successful.
Yep.
So shouts out to Nia, shouts out to Mahogany, because she just said running a business takes a lot of time and takes you away from family. If your spouse isn't into the business, that can be a problem, because they can't understand why it's taking so much of your time.
Yep.
That's the reason why we did the shout out earlier to Ben and Tara and Renee, because they've allowed us to not look at this as a hobby, but look at this as this is a business. This is what we do. So shout out to them. Charlie 2 just said, but it's especially high between the owner and dreamer and their spouses.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you can kind of like chime in on that, sis, because you fell down a couple of things, you still making things happen. Shout out to, the Christmas time and the wreaths and the brooms and everything.
Yeah, so, doing wedding. Actually just got a order for a wedding in February. So you got things that happen, and my husband, when I met him, reason why we are here in Charlotte is because he had his own business. So, I was not there mentally. I was not mature in my mind as far as an entrepreneur. And I thought it was crazy. Like, who does this? Like, dude, you got up at 7. It's like time to eat dinner. It's 7. What are you doing? You know? But he was very disciplined, very structured, and he made his business work until he decided, okay, you know what? Got a family. I may want to go ahead and do a 9 to 5 and get something, But if he wanted to continue to do what he was doing, he could have. And that is one of the things that, drew me to him was the fire and the fact that he could take literally nothing and where it looks like he's like just being still. He's not. He's making moves, and then boom, on a scene, and you're like, wait a minute, what? So I mean, I have that. I have just entrepreneurial people around me that I've been able to cross paths with, and shout out to the circle. I put something on Facebook, and I really, I don't post random. If I'm being silly for people who are my friends, they, on my personal page, you'll know. But I try to be very intentional in any and everything that I post, because that's another word that I'm pulling in with 2020 is to be intentional. And so I put a post, and I said, thank you to all the occupants of my heart for letting me have the privilege to know you, and the pleasure to know you, and the privilege of your love. And I mean that, because you start being around like-minded people, you're going to do the same thing. Entrepreneurs, people who have their business, people who support businesses, people who invest in businesses. That's the circle that I'm in right now. And so my whole mindset has changed on what to do and how to do and what you think about. And like Mahogany said, and Charlie, it's all day. Even when you're on vacation, you're enjoying yourself, but you're kind of setting yourself up when it's time to come back.
That's right. So,
I mean, I think that you just got to do what you need to do, but you have to know, like, if you're a partier, you're going to find somebody who's fun. People who drink, get around people who drink. People who smoke, around people who smoke. So if you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be around the business part, be around people who does business.
And that's very important too, because a lot of times people who, quote unquote, and I kind of mentioned that earlier this morning as well, people who say they got a business or they are business oriented, you can tell by what they produce. Some people, and that says a lot right now for people. If you start a business in 18 or 19, here going 2020, okay, those 2 years right there, you should have looked at that as those are not growing years.
Yep.
Those are painful growing years. But now your customer service needs to be A point. The product that you're putting out needs to be A point. How you react to your customers and gather their information, so therefore you become a better business, need to be a part of that as well. And a lot of people, they're going to 2020, and I hate to say it, but they're playing business.
They are.
And that's why it's important you put yourself around people.
Just to print cards, and then you can't get in touch with them.
I'm sorry. The person that you're trying to reach does not have a voicemail that has been set up. I'm like, how do you do that? And you ain't supposed to be business. If I'm trying to spend money with you, why is it so hard to contact you?
Right.
Why can I not leave you a message? You're not picking up.
Right.
I'm texting you.
Right.
You're not responding, but you're supposed to be a business. There are people that are out here, and what happens, and Mahogany, I'm going to throw this at you, because Mahogany wants to be on our show to talk about this topic in regards to why Black businesses aren't being successful or getting the bum rap. And I want to definitely have her on here in regards to it. But that's one of the things in which for 2020, y'all, if you got a business and you say you want to make some major moves, don't announce it. Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Lip service us.
Mahogany just said it. for 2020, I need to get out more and talk to people about my business and build my customer base. I need to get more organized as well. See, she's already making moves for 2020.
Right. And a lot of time it comes with planning. And I don't know, did Kingsley finish his comment?
Not yet. He hasn't even. I just hit him and asked him what is he mentioned. Hey, Darius Abernathy, thank you for joining us
Hey,
at
Darius.
the Roundtable podcast show. Hey,
I'm gonna address it, and then if he gives more detail, I think when you have a spouse that is in competition with your change,
okay,
that's why. Because when you change, that means they are going to change, or it's going to really define the smoke and mirrors of them not wanting to change.
Ooh.
So when you have things that are making you better and they're growing, your spouse and you are supposed to grow, or you're supposed to, hopefully have an influence enough that your spouse will look at you and go, "Wow, I applaud that." Or if Ben wanted to take up running, I'm not gonna say that. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna run with you, but I want to support you.
There you go.
However, I can't hide his shoes. Like I've seen. Or I don't want him to start doing that. That means he gonna want me to do it. Or trying to eat better. I don't want to eat that. So you're literally sabotaging your spouse because you don't want to change. Sometimes the competition is very selfish, in the motivation behind it.
Right.
So it just depends on what that person is experiencing. But I would pray that no one has that extreme of a competition. If your spouse is doing something and it's to better themselves, you need to support that, because ultimately, again, coming from the foundation of faith, how the home is structured, if you do well, we do well.
There you go. Say it again, sis.
If you do well, we do well.
Ooh, boy, she's dropping knowledge on y'all. Shout out to Melissa Reed Griffin. Thank you for joining us on At the Roundtable. Good to see you. Good to see you. So Charlie 2 just mentioned my business is up 11%. And I was just recognized at a market training. I'm on target to graduate Future Leaders Academy in March.
Woo!
So it says, we like to hear that. I am beginning to format a plan to recruit 36 women and or 6 parties per month. Y'all hear that?
Wow.
She's setting a goal.
Wow.
Not a resolution. She's looking for results.
Right.
So no resolution, but we're talking results. Dennis Barton, thank you for joining us
Hey,
on At the
Dennis.
Roundtable. Yes. He said, new job to start 2020.
Yes.
Hope to purchase a home early 2021.
Yes.
Check in from 412.
All right. 412 in the building.
Recognize. King Living just said, people only support businesses unless it's making money. And Pitbull is speaking. Uh-oh.
That's my dude.
That's it right there, boy. He recognizing greatness over here, boy. It's 2020. That's what we're doing. And he said, I love it. Mahogany just said, congratulations to Charlie. Yes, indeed. Congratulations, Charlie. So here's the thing, y'all. We're getting a lot of people chiming in. Charlie, if you bring it to Charlotte, I'm telling you, come to Charlotte, I'm going to make sure you do a party here. I got some sisters that will come.
Yes.
I can tell you about 20 of them that will come right out the gate.
Yes.
I don't want nothing but a pat on the back and get to see my sister. That's all I want. But
you need to just come a weekend. So you do a party.
Do a party.
You do a show.
Do a show.
Everything while you're here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you can get with us off the air so we can do that. Actually, I really do need that because
there it is right
one
there.
of the goals that I plan to do this year is start a women's group, and that will be a great cook-off.
Very good. I'm telling you, 20 women in the spot. I'll even cater if need be. Yes, I said it.
Buffalo Dead. Woo!
Maybe get real fancy. Do some other things.
Ooh, some peeled grapes.
No, I'm not gonna peel my grapes.
Oh.
Might cut some strawberries. You heard it first. Okay, so 2020, guys, thank you for joining us at the Roundtable. Today, we are talking about no resolutions, but results.
Yep.
You guys can do it. I know there are some people out there right now that are doing some amazing things, but it's all about planning and it's about implementing and it's about being serious about what you're going to do for 2020 and not spending $10 a month and not going to the chain for over a year. We're not going to say it. But anyway, Charlie 2 said, I'm coming home. Let's set a date. Okay?
Yes, let's make this plan.
Okay. We're going to do it. I'm typing it right here so everybody can see it. So, what else
What are yours?
Mine?
I think you kind of touched a little bit just in testifying on what it is. But like, what are your goals?
My goals is just basically just us communicating more. I think the platform that we're trying to develop at the Roundtable is very important because it allows us to really talk to people. If I can throw it out there into the atmosphere and let it become existent, I want at the Roundtable to be bigger than what it is, and I want us to really be able to interact with more people. So I'm going to ask the people that are sharing right now to share this with someone else and get them on board. We want to hear their voices. The next thing, and I'm throwing it in the atmosphere, and Adrian was like very, very adamant about this, was to say, Carrie, you really don't share anything about you. Is my third book being completed? I should have that completed by the end of the month.
Okay.
And it's going to be real cool. I've been writing on it for probably about a year and a half. And I was really quiet about it, and I steal away and do a little bit. And it's nothing major. It's not like a huge 470 some pages and it makes you go to sleep after the first 20. But it's stuff that sparks conversations and it makes us think. And it also allows me to really uplift and call y'all the kings and queens of joy.
Awesome.
So that should be done. I threw the cover to a publicist and they were looking at it. They said they loved the cover of the book. So we got a couple of things to work on as well. So those are my two things. And thirdly, to really have my family closer than they ever have been in the prior years. That's the project I'm working on. So, and that's just because, family is important.
It is.
Oh, Keely Living said, when you start to change, people fear that because that means you're not in alignment with their dysfunction anymore.
Yep. There you go. I knew it.
Y'all are right. You have to set goals and go into a different part of your soul. Well, Kingsley does it. He just came in. He just said.
Kingsley made him a little sandwich and came right on back and was on point.
He was on point. Look at his face talking about thing with me. Deannie, what's going on? Thank you for joining us on that round table. Charlie said, "Yes, sir. Way to glow, Carrie." She's silly. She is so silly. But I'm putting it out there, though. I'm speaking into existence because we all are, in spite of what's going on right now, because I know you've been watching the news. Yeah. Your president out there talking about dropping bombs, and not really dropping bombs, but he's bragging on the military might and $61 billion that have been spent, or $61 trillion that have been spent in regards to the military might that is right now. Flint still got bad water, but we ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna talk about that. But it's amazing how we can't use 2020 as a launch pad to do some major positive things in our community.
Well, we can, and that's the thing. Condolences again to the Probst family. Yes. For the young princess Ariana that was murdered.
Yes.
There were several posts. We were one of the local people who posted. And you talk about a vision, an outreach. Our post reached over 100,000 people.
Yes.
So at the round table was seen by 100,000 people who sent condolences, who gave their opinion about senseless murders and shootings and killings and some of the mindsets of the young people. That is, if that's not confirmation that you have the opportunity, the power to do something, I don't know what is. I was sending updates to these guys, saying, "Oh my God, look at this," because I pretty much keep it with the analytics of our social media, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Do you see this? Do you see this? Do you see this?"
Yes, indeed.
And so it's nothing but a moment. Is right on the brink of the horizon to have a TRT be out there, because the one thing I think we have over other podcasts is that we are truly, we put our hearts into this, we put our passion into this, and so our spouses know that, and that gives them that patience, that tolerance, sometimes that suck it up, sometimes that, oh wow, okay, dinner's not done, okay, she got to do this, I got to go, or you know what, I did one kid come right home after work. I might not be feeling the best, but I understand he got a show to do, because they know that we're not just doing something to do it. They know that we are, truly putting something out here that we believe in. The product is what we believe in. And so with us changing and us growing and us having more attention and having more invites to certain things, our spouses are like, okay, okay. Our families are like, okay, you know. Shout out to my girl Tamara Wilkinson. I mean, she posted us on the page and was like, hey, y'all want a podcast to listen to? This is a great one. And I was touched by that, because whether she tunes into us or not, on the strength of knowing that I would never be associated or attached to anything that wasn't positive and good, she pushed it. And that meant a lot to me. My daughters are constantly, on IG. They're constantly on things to saying, hey, this is my mom's this is this, or she's a part of this. And it means a lot. And so to have that support, it makes you want to be better, do better. And having us grow from January of 2019 to where we are right now, it makes me feel that my other goals that I set for 2020 are doable. Like they're not a dream. They're not, oh, I hope, oh, I really wish. These are things that can materialize and happen, just the way that we have grown in a year, 12 months.
Amen to that. Charlie Two just said that was such a sad thing, and your post was one of the first and only to give her a human presence.
Yep.
Made her life being lost the focus. Thank you. And I think, and Charlie, here's the thing, because this is how you know it's fitted the way it needs to be. Because when Sis came to us and was making the post and such, it was before we even had to say anything about, well, what do we want to do or how we want to do it. She already knew. So that's when it was spirit led and it was meant to happen that way. So therefore, it reached individuals to make them basically say, wow, because the news outlets, they will desensationalize and kind of like dumb it down.
They did.
And make it really dead. I mean, and then not really recognize the vibrant life that this young lady had. Yes. So when Sis did it, I was like, it caught me. And Adrian was like, yo, did you see that? And I was like, yeah, I saw that. And for the people to kind of like chime in, it was meant to happen that way. And hopefully we were doing the job that he allowed us to do it at. So thank you for saying that.
And I, my friend's daughter is a cousin of theirs. So she was at the ceremony. I got a chance to sit with later on that night. And it was either 30 or 40 young people gave their lives to God from the service. So, there is positivity that the news won't tell you, but we will. There were family members that hadn't seen each other in years that came together and saw each other at that funeral. You had several young people give their lives to God to say, hey, I want something more in myself. Unfortunately, it's still a sad event, but it is definitely something that that gave back. It took your heart, it took your soul, it took your spirit, whether you knew or not. But it also gave you hope. It gave you that when you can hear these stories, that part of it, because a lot of people are looking for the arrest. But, what else is there? There's more to just the arrest. It's things that, the fact that she was who she was, in her family, her friends, her school, that she was able to bring these different groups of people together and have such an impact, influence, and a positive, where their lives are changed. And not how you expect to do with death, but their lives are changed for the better. So I appreciate the fact that, Charlie Twos, you recognize that, because I didn't want it to go to be, hey, fire, like, oh, let's hurry and post this. That was not my intent, and it didn't come across that way, and I'm glad that it didn't come across that way.
So Deanne just chimed in, because I was asking her, what are you going to do to create results for 2020? She said, achieving goals. I'm not going to say trying, but doing.
Yep.
This is very true. And that leads to another thing, y'all, in regards to 2020, because we talked on the topic this evening as far as it being New Year's resolution, no results. Um, and you mentioned this perfectly, sis, in regards to how this young lady's life. So for 2020 people, let me ask y'all a question. This is a new decade. What difference can you make in not only your life but somebody's life right now for the next 10 years? Just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there because again, this young lady who lost her life was so powerful and vibrant that it touched individuals, it brought people together, it allowed them to give their lives to God, or reconnect back because he's ultimately he owns it all.
Right.
But what are you going to do for the next 10 years? What result can you make in your life for 2020? I'm gonna throw that out there real quick because it looks like King Living said, "I appreciate y'all for the dedication y'all have shown. Y'all have changed my life for real. I'm grateful for y'all."
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you, bro. We appreciate that as well. Charlie just said, "I play a fake news network and look at those stories and shared ATRT's post because it was about her. It was desensitized for sensationalist clickbait."
Yep.
Charlie's dropping that. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely.
And here's the irony because your president, saying that very sarcastically, he loves to talk about fake news.
Mm-hmm.
He loves to talk about fake news. So my question again is that what kind of change is being implemented for 2020? How can we get beyond what he's saying and recognize the real that is out here, the people that are really touching and making an effective change in other individuals' lives right now? How do
we have to do it, bro. We cannot rely on anyone else but us. We are the ones that are out here. There was a group, and I'm sorry, King, I forget your name. They have a neighborhood group that patrolling the streets for the ones that have been plagued by crimes. And he said, the city, the councilman telling us we need to come meet with you. He said, we've been out here doing this. You need to come meet with us. And that is where we have to stand. Mm-hmm. That is where we have to stop playing into the comfortable game of others that are not caring, but looking for, as Charlie too said, a clickbait to be able to say, oh, I'm going to take a picture. And I can say, okay, yeah, we reached out to the community. Meanwhile, you're not trying to have anything long term.
Right.
In this instant gratification world and generation and culture that we in, we have to bring back long term. We have to bring back longevity. We have to stop letting things get cold because something else has popped up on your phone or your iPad or whatever the case. We have to be the people that are now saying, hey, no. We said every Saturday. No, we said every week. We have to hold fast to that. And we have to commit to doing it and stop getting caught up in what someone else is doing and competing. There's your word again, Kingly. Mm-hmm. Competing with trying to be the first, the fast, the best. We used to compete because we cared about character. We used to compete because we cared about the product that was going to be given. We cared about our reputation. We cared about what we looked like and how we were portrayed to others. That's how we competed with each other. Now, it doesn't matter. It can be shamble shots, hollow, shallow, as long as it was out there first and you made some money. And so we have to raise our standards to say, hey, you know what? I want worth. I want value. That's what I want. And we got to give it to them.
We got to. Charlie too just said, I meant it was not desensitized for sensationalist clickbait like the other media outlets. Your post gave her loss of life and impact because she meant something, not bringing fame to the cowards who ended her life.
Right.
And and here's the thing, because that's one of the things I've always talked about in regards to how if you go watch the news, how the news will give you literally 42 minutes of negativity and a 4.5 minute about a positive.
Yep.
And the rest are commercials.
Yep.
And then the negativity is always showing these people that are doing things that, you know, they're taking lives, they're robbing and stuff like that. And they're putting the camera on them and showing the faces, and the guys are trying to cover their faces or whatever. But how about the cameras flipping the script and showing the sister that is in Gaston County that is going house to house and she's giving clothes,
yep,
and she's praying over people, or she's feeding them, or the sister that is getting bracelets made for young people that are participating in Special Olympics,
yep,
and giving it to them,
and giving it to them.
You know, another sister who is actually gathering up clothes for young women so they can have a perfect prom dress and a perfect prom time each and every year. Things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't the camera stay on individuals like that? Or the young man, I call him a young man, but he's out here bringing things apparent to people that are having mental health issues.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Why can't we show more of that and not show individuals? And why is it that on news media outlets, they always interview somebody who is either disheveled, the vernacular is questionable, and that's supposed to be where we're getting our information
feed the lie.
from.
Hello. I need you to believe that what we're portraying in songs and TV shows and movies is really how these people are. So then they pick somebody who fits that description to show, now this is a real life person and they're local. Oh, this is who it is. They need you to believe the lie. They need you to believe the facade. And I want to shout out BJ Murphy.
Yes.
He also is a partner with us, and BJ Murphy did an excellent piece on a young woman and actually went to the ceremony. So if you're looking for another local person who was not about numbers, wasn't about ratings and trending, BJ did that and has continued to make sure that the family is okay. So shout out to BJ Murphy Show, because they were one of the other first ones out there who were making sure that this was not turned into a circus, turned into something that was very disrespectful. This is someone's child,
yes,
you know,
who will be feeling the effects of loss way after the cameras are gone.
Right.
Way after the written word has been put down on paper and then sent out to various news outlets and such, in the still of the night, they're going to be sitting there in her room, missing her, looking at her sheets because the last time she was there laying on that bed, or the last music piece that she had in her iPod or her iPhone and things of that nature. See, a lot of times we forget about that, and it's all about the moment of being famous and such, and we don't connect. And that's one of the things I was hoping that, I hope that our platform be able to connect to people and talk to people and listen to them and what they have to say. That's why we call it At the Roundtable.
Not to mention that the family, they had a double loss that day.
Yeah, that is true.
So,
that's very true.
let's not forget that.
Yeah.
This family has definitely been tested, and I think that in 2020. Having a connection to others is something that is important. Having a connection to those that you used to just walk by, say good morning, say hello. You don't know what that does for someone. Friends that you don't text, that you don't talk to, they may be that person, because I'm all for giving my energy that I get back, and I'm all for respecting that relationships come with expirations and they come with status changes. You can get promoted or demoted, or expired, but it happens. But you have to be mature enough to understand that and accept it. And so, be aware of the relationship that you have with someone, and then function in that with them. But don't start just cutting people off. This whole thing, like, oh, I'll cut you off. You wind up being by yourself. And we weren't designed to be by ourselves. We were designed to gather and commute and have a sense of community. And so all of these things help strengthen our influence to have more of a positive way of life, have more of a positive experience in our communities, in schools, in churches, in the mall, having more of a positive thing with yourself, because you're going to feel good because you're surrounded around other people that make you feel good. So, you know, somebody who maybe didn't go to the gym will start feeling better to go to the gym because, hey, I feel good. I'm not just ready to just go to bed, you know. Feel the pump. But I mean, it's really, it's important that in 2020 that, you know, me and my brothers have such a influence, you know, and I like the fact it was scary, but I'm taking that challenge on. I'm going to have intent, moves, behavior, and energies because I'm planting a seed from 10 years from now.
That's it. That's it. This seed will bear fruit. Y'all heard it first right here. Is 2020, and an effective change can occur. Results can occur. Man, I like what Keeney said. He said that is why we don't need to watch the news daily. We have to support the good. Well, family, it is almost that time. We have 6:52 on the dial right now.
6:52.
We got 8 more minutes, and we definitely want to hear from you guys as far as what y'all think in regards to 2020. What are you going to do? What kind of results are you going to produce for this decade, 2020?
Right.
No resolutions, but effective and meaningful results. Robert Connor just joined us on At the Roundtable. Thank you for joining us, Robert. What's going on, sir? Salute to you. We are talking about New Year's resolutions? No. We're talking about results. Robert, if you can share with us real quick, what kind of results are you looking for right now in 2020? What can you do to take your life and those that are around you to the next level? We want to hear from you right now. Oh, look, y'all. Melissa Bartlett just joined us on At the Roundtable. Shout out to her. Thank you for joining us.
I'm just putting it on the other page. However, I do want our family and our followers to stay tuned to some of the things that ATRT will be doing, putting our money where our mouth is, putting our hearts where our words are. We will be out in the community. We will be sponsoring some more things, and having an invite to meet some of you in person, hopefully. Being able to go, I remember when we met them, that was January, or I remember when we met them, that was in March. And now it's going in 2021, 22, 23. We're trying to start and formulate one of the things on the drawing board that me and the fellas want to do is want to try to do at least one event annually that brands at the round table. My brother here already has his award show to support positivity, those who are and do positive things in the community. So we want to have something in addition to that for our family that follows and listens to us. We have so many people that are listening to us on a Wednesday night. They're commuting. They got so many people that's like, oh, I come on a Wednesday, I'm just getting off. But I go back and they listen that night or they listen that weekend. Like, you know, it is just, it fills me up of the amount of people that are like giving us such the rave of, hey, it's great. It's nice to hear something other than gossip or pretty much another spin on what somebody else talked about just 2 other podcasts ago, or something that's on cable or whatever the case. Like you guys give us a unique feel, and that's great. That sounds excellent because that's really what we try to do every day, every show, bringing in something that you want to do because it is the People's Podcast.
That's it. Rob kind of just said, I want to continue to grow in God and pray for our young Black men. We need one another in more ways than one.
Amen.
Amen, brother. You are so right. And thank you for sharing that. And hopefully you are doing that effective change just with your walk and your interaction with some of these young men, because I know a lot of them right now, they're looking at different individuals for quote unquote social status and as role models, and some of them are falling very short. So thank you, bro. Thank you very much in regards to that. Shoot, we got 5 minutes. We want to throw out there also, because I know Adrian A Money would say this as well. And I'm feeling his presence over there because he'd be sitting right here like,
right.
yeah, we want to hear from y'all. We want y'all to go ahead and tell us some topics. What's going on?
You didn't lean back.
Oh,
you gotta lean back.
This
There you
people,
go.
That's my brother, boy. I love that brother, boy. He is, and you know what? That's one of the things that I want to say too is that him. It's just his spirit is just so amazing, and he keeps us grounded each and every time.
Yes.
He would definitely say this in regards to it being the People's Podcast and wanting the voices of the people to be more prevalent than the hosts a lot of times.
Yes.
Because when we put this thing together, it was all about the people and hearing them. So if you have thoughts, ideas, if you have topics you want to talk about here on At the Roundtable, we definitely welcome that. He would definitely say this at the beginning and end of every show. We want to feature an artist that is making some things happen. Mm-hmm. So definitely email us your music or email us the opportunity, ask for the opportunity to have your music featured on here. We're looking for more guests to sit in these chairs as well. Charlie's got this one chair that is engraved, and then when she comes, we're gonna wheel it in, and she gets to sit down.
Yeah,
and say, oh.
It has feathers, Charlie.
It has feathers. Pink boa, So that's that. We definitely want to have more guests come in and definitely share with us. This is all about cross promotion and telling people about these amazing businesses and companies and podcasts and entities and such that are out here. So I know my brother would definitely shout that out as well. And last but not least, thank you, Robert. And then last but not least, since we have 2 more minutes, I want my sister to go ahead and share closing thoughts, and I will, and we're getting ready to call this thing a night.
Closing thoughts. I'm just excited, still excited about 2020. I am feeling blessed. I am feeling energetic. I think a lot of people get this new breath of fresh air every new year, and then just like when you hold your breath, you got to let it out, and then you're deflated. I have just all around me, I feel like I'm floating because of the excitement on what I know is going to happen. I know what needs to get done. And the confirmation from all you guys today, my brother, I'm not alone in feeling how I feel in being about business. So I'm excited about just getting it done, making it happen. And guess that we don't even have a name, but just the guest that's going to come on the show and the events that we're going to do and having a schedule, that's where I'm at.
I heard it right there, bro. Pitbull and aggressive. Dropping knowledge again. Dennis Barton just chimed in. And I think it's so perfect from what he said to close this out. He said, I want you to achieve all of the goals you set for 2020. Just remember, you miss all the shots you don't take. Go get it.
All right, DB.
DB just dropped it for us. And with that being said, I'm not even going to say anything. That was a perfect close out.
That's it.
So we're going to close out with this song. Shout out again to the leader, Dictator. And happy birthday, bro. Love you, mean it. And thank you for all the things you've done with the community as well and with your music and your talent. And we're going to go ahead and try to go ahead and close out with that song right there if it comes up.
See you guys on the 22nd, family.
22nd, y'all.
Next show.
And like
Good night.
Said, I pray.